Orb. Don't you dare. Don't you fucking dare.
So we're talking about
Orb. One of my notes, I have a
what's the end of Orb's name?
I have a note, I don't know, on the...
We're talking about the Netflix anime Orb of Heavenly Bodies or whatever the hell it's called.
On the movements of the Earth.
That's just...
Orb on the movements of the Earth. A thinking man's anime is the second subtitle.
Is that actually...
It better be.
Okay, I was going to say, are you actually kidding me?
I wrote one of my notes for this episode. We're talking about episode 4.
4 of Orb.
This isn't a
spoiler.
spoiler.
Also Orb as a whole.
Yeah, because Nick just watched episodes 1 through 4.
4 episodes of Orb.
This is going to be, I'll say right at the top, this will be spoiler heavy because Orb episode 3 has a huge twist.
So let's do our non-spoiler review. Let's do our non-spoiler review of Orb up until episode 3, and then we'll get to like the rest of it after that.
Okay, I'll do a non-spoiler note real quick. I wrote, oh my god, he used a fucking sword breaker. If Nick dares to tell me this show is boring, I'm gonna throttle him.
What do you mean? What's a sword
breaker?
breaker?
There's a fight in episode 4.
Yeah.
Where 2 guys are dueling and a guy pulls out a dagger and it's got the little teeth in it and it's to catch a sword and ideally break it, but he just knocks it out of his hand. I love that shit.
That was kind of sick.
Yeah.
I like that we've now gotten on to duelists.
Yeah. Anyway, what are your thoughts on Orb? Keep in mind, I'll kill you where you're sitting.
My first note is it's the Farmland saga without the intrigue or context.
So it's to arms with you.
Solid. My next note is solid 7 out of 10. It is...
So it's finally come to blows between us.
1, not well animated. It is ugly to look at. The art style is uninspiring. I believe the backdrops are supposed to be purposely dreary, and then they're like, oh, like look up at the stars. Like it's just like it's uninspiring to look at. Netflix is honestly the only time it's ever done well in terms of animation. Castlevania, Arcane. Usually Netflix anime just falls short. Record of Ragnarok fell short. Blood of Zeus fell short. This for me is falling short. It is just look up at the sky, the anime. They're telling me a bunch of stuff I already know, but I kind of hate it because I'm thinking about it and I'm like, why is Mars going the wrong way? And then the amount of times, every single time I'm watching this anime, I'm like, I do this. I'm just doing this. And I'm like, wait, Earth is here and it's going around and that's the moon, but the Earth is on its axis. So why is their star model wrong? And I'm like, it's because the Earth is on an axis and that axis never changes. But while we're rotating on that axis around the moon. And I'm like, why does that, and it's just making me think about astronomy and the stars. What did you drop? That scared me.
This at me.
I
don't know where it came from. But
I simply did not. And it's making me think about astronomy and the stars and
that's Orb, baby.
It's just long diatropic conversations about the religion and how it's raw. It's we all know
sit back with a pina colada and enjoy the diatropics.
This would be a nice.
Thank you.
Nice, that was good. This would be a fire anime if it came out in 1300, but it's just a story about people experiencing shit we already know.
In my defense, I warned you about that.
Yeah.
I literally pitched this as you kind of have to be into the idea of a bunch of people discovering things. All the twists in the show, except for episode 3, are going to be things you already know and have known for years.
That's the thing. It's like, they're like, hey, Mars moved. And we're like, yeah, motherfucker, I know. We can take photos of it now.
But it's fascinating to see how they are finding it out. And
Do I think it is a fantastic look into medieval astronomy and the beginnings of the heliocentrism theories? Yes. Do I give a shit? No.
It gives me the same little sparkle in my brain that Vinland Saga gives anytime I see random Viking grunt number 3 talk to random Christian priest number 8, and the Viking grunt is like, he's like, oh, like, no wonder you guys are so bad at your crusade. Look at how skinny your god is.
Yeah.
It's like, I love when a writer is able to really give me a look into every piece of writing is biased, obviously.
Yeah.
But a writer is able to give me a look
into a slice of historical fiction.
Yeah, into a slice of someone's mind in historical fiction where I'm like, oh, I believe in a non-judgmental way why people thought the Earth was in the center of the universe and why they laughed at any contrary theory. And there's a bit where, like, in the beginning, they're like, the Earth is in the center of the universe because when you drop things, it falls to the Earth.
Which doesn't make sense.
Makes sense.
Which makes no fucking
sense.
It makes no sense.
What are you talking about?
All right, think about it for one goddamn second, Danny. If the Earth is in the bottom of the universe, right? Like, let's imagine that the Earth is in the bottom of this cup, right?
Yes.
And the Earth is right here.
Yeah.
If you're on the bottom side of the Earth, if you drop something, why would it go up?
They're not thinking about bottom sides of the Earth.
They absolutely are. They do an entire graphic where they show the entirety of the Earth and they show a bunch of bricks being dropped all around the Earth. And they're like, anytime you drop it, they say specifically that the center of the Earth is the bottom of the universe.
Yes.
So anything below the center of the Earth within the axis, because mind you, there is no fucking axis in space. We always talk about, Earth and the planets go like this. That's nonsensical. There is literally no direction in space. There is no correct way to orient ourselves.
Yeah, it's in relation to, like, the sun.
It's in relation to everything, though. Like, we talk about the Earth rotating around the sun like this, but that means nothing. We could talk about the Earth rotating around the sun like this. There is literally no direction in space. Anyways, what we're saying is the center of the Earth is the bottom of a well-like universe.
Yes.
That would mean anything south of the equator should drop off the fucking planet. It makes no sense. It's dumb. It's a bunch of dumb people talking about dumb ideas, and there's three guys who have a basic understanding of something that fifth graders know about, and they're being like, let me get out to the stone box.
But they had no tools or predecessors to learn that. That's so interesting that they have to look at the stars and be like, the constellations are groups of stars that never change. The Orion's belt is always these three stars. They're always in that group. But even though we can, like, map the stars and these constellations, one star, for whatever reason, is moving asynchronously with them. And that's Mars. And he's tracking it, and it's going in a big loop. And then just when it's going to complete its loop, it fucking dips. And it boomerangs. And why is that? We don't know. I got to watch more of Orb to find out.
See, that's my thing, Danny. And then there's going to be like, because it's also... Hey, Spoiler here, Danny, because Mars is also revolving around the sun. I'm sorry if I just spoiled the anime for you, but it's because Mars revolves at the sun slower than we do, okay? Because it's further from the sun, so its rotation takes about 2 years of our year.
You've spoiled me on an anime for the last and final time.
Hey, Danny? 600 years of history have spoiled this for you. We've known this.
But I don't know astronomy.
We've known this since the Spanish Inquisition.
You don't find it fun to learn a thing?
I know the thing. Danny,
No, you don't. You were the one being like, why does the Mars do
I
this?
have to remind myself, Dan.
It's interesting. And then also you get, like, I just like seeing how they're processing it and, like, how they're grappling with being in this, like, oppressive Christian society.
That is the only interesting part about it. But even that is just Christians being like, there's a God, and a bunch of fucking witchy people being like, no, and that's it. And it's literally just like, it's a literally 2,000-year-old conversation about, is this heaven, or are we reaching for it? I think it's so, like if you want to do a genuine approach to, like, is science a good thing, and you want to incorporate Christianity into it, Castlevania does it in a infinitely more interesting way, making Dracula a scientific man whose wife gets burned at the stake because she was advancing the sciences that the church did not believe in, and making the church the devil in this equation, and then making a literal devil turn into an angel, and an angel of death washing away the entirety of this village because they killed his wife, is a much more interesting place than being like, fucking Galileo said Earth was the center of the universe.
Castlevania doesn't teach you anything, though.
Castlevania absolutely teaches everything.
What does it teach you?
The church is bad.
I could just walk to my local church and find that out. This teaches you about the stars.
I know about the stars, Dan.
You don't know.
I know about the stars.
You don't know.
I know. I know. And they go round. They go round,
You
Danny.
watched Orb and then came here ripping off its homework, acting like you're the next prophet.
Because Dan, my mother Mary. My mother was that.
What's happening? Are you having a breakdown?
No, it's
having a psychotic break?
There's a verbal thing that teaches you the star, like the planets, and their relationship to the sun.
Yeah, it's called Orb. I can't believe you don't like this. Fine, stop watching. You don't have to.
I'm gonna watch it.
You don't have to. It's not popular.
I'm gonna watch. It's definitely not popular. I honestly don't even think it is on my anime list.
The manga won a big award.
Oh, a big award?
Yeah, that Golden Kamuy also won.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Golden Kamuy, notoriously super popular.
It is popular.
Golden Kamuy has an entire... Yo, you know what we need to be fucking watching?
Golden
Why are we
Kamuy?
watching Ranma 1/2?
I don't know what that is.
It's... Dude, I'm going to send you a Ranma 1/2 edit that's going to get you low-key fired up.
I don't give a flippin' dip about Ranma 1/2.
It's a remake of a ridiculously famous anime.
This looks awful. I won't be watching this.
You're literally... I'm
Look at how fucking puffy these balloon animal
I'm
characters
going to send you
are.
an edit, and you're going to get, like, low-key fired up.
Anyway,
Danny.
Nick hates Orb.
I literally can't even find Orb. I cannot find Orb.
That doesn't make it not good. You're just like the Christians.
What?
You just want to suppress Orb and all of its teachings.
Oh, you think I'm trying to suppress heliocentrism?
Yes, I do think that.
The most well-known fucking idea in history?
Because of Orb.
The one thing that everybody on Earth... Flat Earthers believe we go around the fucking sun.
Because of Orb. We know this.
Because of fucking Copernicus. You rube! Oh my god.
Are we done with talking about anime? Was that all of them?
Kind of, yeah.
I watched the Mecha Arm one, but I'll make that my best boy. Do you have best boy? Let's do...
I said, why does everyone talk about astronomy in this universe? Oh, wait, it's LA. I love them. I love the two of them sitting down at a pub and being like, I'm mapping Mars, and some fucking noble walking up and being like, ah,
Yeah, you wish.
I've been watching Mars for 10 years, dickhead. Fucking, what do you know about Mars, loser?
I know, everyone... That's like the funniest bit is everyone's so hyped to talk
In this
about astronomy.
astronomy-based economy, it's fucking awesome. You know, maybe I do like Orb.
Shut up. I hate you.